my beauty chameleons, welcome back to my channel. I am Tasha from beautychameleon.com, and in today's video, you guys know it's time to get naked. Yes, I got my hands on this lovely palette, you guys. If you don't follow me on Twitter, I posted that I was going to be getting this palette, and I've been getting some comments to my direct message on YouTube asking, will you be getting this palette? Twitter, are you getting this palette? And of course, I ran to my local Sephora store and I got my hands on this gorgeous, velvety, luxurious palette. And you guys, this palette is very gorgeous. I mean, if you look at this spectrum of color, I picked up this palette only because I think it's a great palette. Like if you're going to be traveling, going on vacation with your family, or if it's just in that industry where you're traveling and you don't want to carry so many different pots of neutral colors in your makeup bag, this is a perfect palette because it has all of your neutral colors. There's mixed with some matte colors in there to take with you, along with this cute double-ended pencil featuring their best-selling Urban Decay Zero, and a new color. This is the Whiskey, and this is like a matte brown color that's in the palette. And it also came with just the cutest little baby primer potion. So if you got your hands on this beautiful palette and you like to create this look I'm wearing in this video, grab that palette and you keep on watching. Okay, let's get started. Let's get naked with that Urban Decay palette. The very first thing you want to do is definitely add your primer. So I'm going to be using that teeny tiny primer potion from the collection, and this is the Urban Decay primer potion, and you want to apply that all over the lid. Once we have the primer potion all over the lid, the very first color we're going to start from that Naked palette, Naked palette by Urban Decay. The very first color we're going to use is called Toasted. This color right here is a beautiful shimmery, how would you call it, brown bronzy color. I'm going to take my flat shader brush, any flat brush will do. I'm just going to rub just a little bit of that color onto the brush, just like so. And we're going to dab that on the lid of the eye. Once you have that on the lid of the eye, the color we're going to use in the crease is called Hustle from that palette. And it's the darker brown color in the palette. And the brush I'm going to use is by MAC, and it's a 217 brush. Again, I'm just going to grab a little bit of that color on the tip of the brush, and I'm going to start shading in the corners of the eye right here. So kind of use a dabbing motion, and then we're going to sweep that color right into the crease and move our way up. You want to move that color on the outer corners almost all the way to the brow, but not overlapping, and then we're going to sweep that color into the crease back and forth. Now what we're going to do is go ahead and grab just a little bit more of Hustle onto that same brush, and we're going to darken out the crease. Now this is a really gorgeous palette, and the colors can be played with in so many different ways. Now once you have that color blended out in the crease, I'm going to switch again to a pencil brush in a sense. I'm going to take this darker color called Creep, and I'm just going to take a little bit off the palette. Tap off the excess if you need to. But I'm just going to create a little bit more shading along the lash line and also in the inner portion of the crease. Now once you have that shading created, if you want to grab more, you definitely can to just define it just a little bit more, which I will. Just like so. Now I'm going to stick with that same brush. I'm going to start working on the lower portion of the lash line. So we're going to start off with Creep in the outer corner and just kind of sweep it along the outer portion of the lash line. Again, this will create some nice definition. And then I'm going to move my way to Hustle. with the same brush, again along the lower lash line. And then as I get toward the inner corner, I'm going to take a little bit of Toasted from here all the way inward. And then the last color I'm going to grab is a color called Sin. I'm going to use that on my inner corner of my eye, and I also will use it as my highlight color underneath my brow bone. But simply just kind of blend it inward and out, just so it creates a nice highlight. And then we're going to move our way to the inner corner of the eye and move our way up just like so. If you want it a little bit more intense, definitely grab more, otherwise you can stop right there. And then you want to softly blend that out. Now what I would recommend is grabbing a 224 brush or any fluffy dome shaped brush, can't talk, and I'm going to grab a little bit of Version. And that's actually the color I'm going to use on my brow bone area. And I'm just going to slightly blend out right in this area here, just to create my highlight and slightly overlap it over that beautiful Hustle color we applied previously. But just a little bit goes a long way, just like so. So we have that nice highlight. Highlight here, highlight there, and then softly blend out the rough edges. Once you have that created, we can go ahead and move on to lining the eye. Now for my upper lash line, I'm going to be using my Revlon Color Stay. And again, I'm going to line the upper lash line, just like so. And then if you need to go back and kind of re-emphasize that color on the lid, grab a little bit more of Toasted and just pat it right in the center of the eye. That'll give it just a little bit more punch. Now I'm going to go ahead and grab that double-ended pencil from the Naked palette. I'm going to go ahead and run the Whiskey color, which is a matte brown, underneath the lower lash line. So just like so. And then along the waterline, I'm going to take the other side of the pencil, which is 0, and I'm going to line my waterline. Very lightly and not so heavily, and I also will blend it out into the corners of my eye, just like so. Now once we have this completed, you can go ahead and add your favorite lashes. I'm going to be grabbing my wispies just like on this side here, and once I get those wispies on, I will be back and I'll show you what I did to the rest of the face. Okay, welcome back. Now to finish off this look, I decided just to keep it simple since everything's all bare and naked. I decided to simply bronze my skin. I'm just using my MAC bronzer, and it's called Bronze. And I just simply applied a little bit just to the hollows of my cheeks, so around this area here, just to warm up my complexion, because I gotta get used to, if you guys haven't noticed, I have my new Haley's curls in, so it's darker than what I'm used to my 1B40, so I had to warm up the complexion a little bit. And to add that nice naked glow to the skin, I am using my Lorac, and this is the Tantalizer Baked Bronzer. And it only comes in one color, but it's a gorgeous, look at that marbling, kind of reminds you of MAC Mineralizer. I'm just taking just a little bit and applying it to the apples of my cheek just to give that nice glow. And again, I'm using it on the T-zone and then quite underneath the chin area as well. Now for my lips, I am going to keep it very soft and neutral, so I'm going to be grabbing my NYX, and this lip liner is called Natural. And I'm going to simply just line my lip and fill in. And you guys, this is a beautiful color if you just want like a nice neutral lip. And I'm just looking into my mirror that's right behind my camera. So if I'm looking off somewhere, it's because I'm looking in the mirror. But that is what the lip color or lip pencil looks like. It's a beautiful nude. And then to add a little bit gloss, you know I'm going to break out. If we're going to go naked with Urban Decay, I might as well break out my orgasm for NARS and go full circle with it. But I'm just going to take a little bit of NARS and just apply it right on top. To complete this nice naked glow. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I could not wait to do this tutorial. I was going to wait, but I'm like, oh, I'm sure many of you guys that are my subscribers are already went out and purchased this palette. And if you haven't purchased this palette, please check your local Sephora or your Sephora's inside JCPenney because they are going fast. I know a lot of my local Sephora's are all out. And if you haven't got it, definitely go to Sephora.com and sign up to be emailed when this comes back in, because they didn't say, I'm just going to put this for food for thought, they didn't say this was limited edition, so that tells me that this might be a regular piece. I could be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong. But anyway, you guys, if you'd like to see some more naked looks from this palette, leave me some comments below. And if you would like to see swatches and a full review on this palette, visit my blog at beautychameleon.com, and I'll post the link in the info box below, and it'll take you right to my blog with all the swatches and all that fun stuff. But as always, thank you so much for watching, and if you want to find out about my new Haley's Curls installation, stay tuned. There should be a video coming up very soon. Talk to you guys later. Bye.